We need to find some food and potentially build a shelter. But before I get into that, I just want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope you have a good one. But yeah, let's get stuck in. So the last stream, well, it was a bit of a mess around, I mean, we didn't really get very far. We're just testing out the new server and going from there really. But in today's stream, I just want to try and get at least a little bit more situated. And yeah, just generally see what I can find really. So yeah, let's get it. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. The server has now become full PvP. Instead of there being sort of like safe zones, they've made it so, it's full PvP, which kind of makes sense because, I mean, the PvE players wear the blue UN helmet and the white armband, so there should be no issues with that. But yeah, let's get stuck into it. Right, okay, so we are at the Radio Zenit, which is a nice little point of interest there. It's definitely something to look out for the new player. I mean, the Radio Zenit is kind of like almost slap bang in the middle of the map, so you can kind of gauge and get your bearings from where you stood here. Over time, you'll definitely get used to it, that's for sure. But yeah, right, okay, let's go. The idea is to try and get a little bit of a hunt going on. Wouldn't mind it so much if, well, I don't know what the animal situation is like on this server, so we're just gonna have to have a look around and try our best, really. See what comes of it. No, I don't want full auto. So yeah, you kind of want to. I mean, you really want to try and get headshots on animals, or a powerful caliber that's decent enough to drop an animal in the first shot. Yeah, because you do damage the integrity of the animal, and you get less meat from things, etc. So if you're struggling for food, that's definitely something to take in mind. Just stay well away from the PvP hot zones. That's all military areas and things like that. It's just something to keep in mind. I'm not doing too bad at the moment. I've got boots and stuff. I've got a waterproof bag, so it's all good. Right. Now, I know if I go this way, heads down to another town. To be honest, I don't really want to loiter around towns too much. I've got enough water to last me. I just need to find some game now. See if I can hunt myself down a deer, perhaps, or some pigs or something like that. Just to give me enough food to last me for a little while. And if you cook it and put it in your clothing, it also acts as insulation. Provides you heat. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. The worst thing you want is the cold creeping in. You get all different types of things then, and obviously you can die if you get too cold. So it's definitely something that you want to avoid. That's for sure. But yeah, guys, like I said, I appreciate all the support that you're giving me. I appreciate the likes, the comments, and the conversations as well. It's definitely making the whole experience, live streaming experience, a little bit more enjoyable. So I appreciate it once more. But obviously don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I said, if you do like this sort of stuff, then let me know. And if there's anything that you do want to see, or you want a review for something, or just my general opinion, drop it down in the comment section below. Right. Okay. See how many players are on. Oh, there's a couple. There's a couple players. I haven't had any interactions yet with anybody, but you do find this with the community servers. You spend a long time kind of solo, but the beauty about being in the discords and stuff is you can actually form groups of people, new players if you want to, or even join a faction if that's something that you're interested in. I mean, personally, I like the whole lone wolf thing. Later down the line when base building with other players, there can be discrepancies with whose ammo it is and whose food that is, and if people don't start pulling their weight, it gets a little bit of a sensitive zone to be a part of, that's for sure. It's a nice little house down here. Got myself a crowbar just in case. Not a bad little area. There's definitely no shortage of barrels, that's for sure. Oh, I heard a cow. Definitely want to keep out for that green stuff, though. The toxic zones, you want to avoid them like the plague, literally. I hear a cow. We could be in for some tasty steaks. Especially if you was to be running official, I mean, coming across an animal will definitely sort you out for the foreseeable future. It does take up a lot of slots, in your inventory, so obviously manage it as you can, but I tend to stick stuff in my cooking pot and things like that, just to free up space. There they are. Right, let's have a look. Now the cows, they're not as sensitive as the deer and stuff, so you can sometimes literally just walk up to them. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll try and get ourselves a nice cow in the bag. Oh, we are 100 meters. Yeah, right. Let's get that old stamina back. How's it going, Venom? Good afternoon, mate. And there we are. See, they don't run too far. I'm not going to kill them because, you know, maybe somebody else needs food that comes by, you know. Not bad, not bad. Awesome stuff, Venom. Awesome stuff. Yeah, we're just back at it again with a little bit of DayZ. Yeah, not going to be streaming this one too long because I'm going to continue on with a little bit of Elite Dangerous today. So, but just thought I'd get on for a little bit and just see what I can do. Really, that'll do. It's a giant waste, you know, like what you leave, but you know you can't take it all. Now, I'm wondering whether it's worth going back up to one of those houses or seeing if I can find a house with a grill or something like that. Do you know what? Because I've got a cooking pot, I'm going to boil it. I'm going to boil the steaks. You get a lot more proteins and stuff, you know, from the broth and everything, so yeah, it's decent. There's a few little nice systems, and obviously dirty water as well. You know, if you if you don't have any chlorine tablets or anything like that, but you do have a cooking pot, you know, just make a fire in one of the houses and boil the water. You'll know, because at the moment it gets to 100 degrees, it's safe to drink. That's the general rule of thumb I go by anyway. I haven't had any problems since. What are you up to today, Venom? Anything interesting, exciting? Yeah, so there's the radio Zenit in the distance. You can't miss it. It's just a big tower. Yeah, it's a good reference point, in my opinion. You can kind of get a gauge as to where you are. I know there's a little fire in there, so I think what I'm going to do before I go in there, actually, is just make a quick fire so I'm ready. Oh, nice one, Venom. Yeah, the Forest is a very is a decent game. It is a decent game. Yeah, it's definitely one that I spent a fair few hours on. It's a shame that they slowed down on the old content for it, really, because would have been nice to see a few more bits and pieces added to it, but, you know, we can't have it all, can we? But they've definitely got a nice... excuse me. Definitely a nice little building system. Can I take it? No, I can't, but... because I can just run into the house and... old zombie, you'll have to leave me alone for a second, if possible. Oh, come on. There we are. Oh! It's crowbar time. Oh, they got a nice little battery. I'll take that. All I wanted to do was cook some food. Oh, yeah. It's It was on sale not so long ago, actually. That's where I grabbed it. But I'm pretty sure that the PS5 upgrade is already there. I can't remember, to be honest. Right, so let's put 2 to smoking. I have a funny suspicion that it's gone into my cooking pot. Yeah, that's the trouble with cooking pots. It always seems to do that. Right, got that all on there like that. Let's cook them up some nice steaks. I always find it's a little bit more tedious making a fire and, finding a long stick and sharpening it and then putting it on the, putting the food on the stick. If there's a house nearby, you can save yourself an awful lot of time just by doing that. But Green Hell, by far, like I said before, if you like your survival games, it's definitely one to pick up. That's for sure. I'll be continuing on with my settlement, my little base at some point. Just building from mud bricks and things like that. It's not too bad. Right, what I was actually going to do... Oh, that's already cooked. Damn, that was quick. Is craft some plastic bottle suppressors. There we are. I think I've got 2 bottles, so I will craft 2. They obviously don't last as long as the conventional suppressor, but it definitely does a turn, if you've got nothing else really, that's the point. There we go. 2 nice bottle suppressors. One thing I find with this game, before they even updated it, they did add new homes and new layouts and textures and stuff for the interiors. But you do find that a lot of the houses, they all look the same. So, if that's a put off, it can be for some people. I've got all my medicine there and everything, so I'm all set. I'm all good to go. Temperature's rising because I've got quite a bit of cooked food. The problem is we're boiling stuff as well. Is that if you then put it in your inventory, like your pockets or whatever, you can make yourself damp. So it's definitely something that you want to avoid. Hopefully all the zombies have left me now. That should keep me going for a little while. Ideally, I want to try and find myself a vehicle. I think that's going to be the one of the better ways to go. Bugger. quickly run away. Yeah, I thought they was chasing me. Right, I quickly need to make a run for that. I know I'm bleeding, but I don't want to be caught, you know, with my trousers round my ankles, so to speak. I'm bandaging up. Nice. Yeah, that bottle suppressor didn't last as long as I was hoping. Right, I think would be a good idea. This is an extended magazine. That's pretty cool. Right. Empty that up and at least try and make a bit of a full mag, you know. Oh, it is full. Okay. Always get confused sometimes with these extended magazines, you know. 45 is a bit of a random number, but I do like the drum mags you get for like the KAM and all that. You know, you get like 300 round mags. It's ridiculous. Makes your game crash. Yeah, it's quite funny. Oh, it's a gun cleaning kit. That'll definitely come in handy. Check the condition of my guns actually before I go anywhere. Yeah, they're all pristine. It's all good. So Venom, is it just is this your first ever run with the Forest, or have you played it before? It wouldn't be a bad little place to start off. In there, little barrel, turn it into a fire barrel. You know, you'll be all right for the night. These are also cool, these little like hunter shack lodge things. Always worth checking out. Should I close all the doors? Some shoes. These are the sorts of places I like to reside. You know, fireplace. You know, you should really think about the area and what it has to offer before you decide to, you know, chuck a base down. Because the base building element of this game is definitely not the easiest to use. It's very clunky, very boring and tedious, you know, especially cutting down logs. I mean, before they introduced the trucks, you know, you basically had to just rely on carrying 1, maybe 3 logs at a time, depending on obviously how much space you have in your backpack. Oh, nice one, Venom. Yeah, first run. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, there's a couple of settings you can play with. You know, whether you want it like, I think it's like peaceful mode or something, but you can't change it later down the line. You know, you've got to start again, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, the cave systems on that game as well are definitely interesting. You know, going in them, especially with all the cannibals and stuff. Personally, I thought it was great fun, you know, especially with like some of the tree houses that you can build and stuff like that. It's definitely a cool little crafting system. You know, you can make like traps for the cannibals and things like that. You know, it is pretty decent. There is a little yacht, like a little sailing boat, around the coastline, and it's definitely a good thing to look out for because it has lots of goodies on board, and it offers you a sleeping and a save point. So it's on the water, so you know you ain't got to worry too much about being woken up in your beauty sleep. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of suitcases along the coastlines as well. That's something to look out for. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there eventually. But obviously, when you're not in peaceful mode, the longer you stay in a particular area, especially if you've got a base, it attracts a lot of more cannibals. Like because obviously you're damaging their environment, and they get quite upset with you. And obviously, if you hit them and piss them off, and then they come back meaner and angrier. But is that for Xbox or PlayStation, Venom? What platform do you play it on? No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Oh, nice one, Venom. Nice one. Well, if you ever want to link up and play it, I'm down for that. If that's something that you'd be interested in doing, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I know that they're bringing out a new one soon called Sons of the Forest. But I think that's PC first. I think they've incorporated, guns and kind of refined the whole crafting and building systems and stuff. It's up to 4 players, Venom, I'm pretty sure. But obviously it'll be something that it won't be played in peaceful mode because once you collect some of the better equipment, it's like, what do you do after that besides build your bases? That's kind of where you hit a wall. So being able to use the katana and all that sort of stuff, it's decent. You can get a chainsaw and all that sort of stuff, but you need to find fuel. Unfortunately, though, for that game, it's one of those where if you play multiplayer, sleep, and then come back to the spot where you found it, you know, it'll be there again, you know, so you can essentially just farm resources, especially fuel, like jerry cans and all that kind of stuff. But they've definitely done a good job with the game anyway. It's good thing to do, Venom. It's a good thing to do. I think that's a pig. Yeah. Used to have a couple of pigs myself. We had an Australian saddleback called Dottie, and yeah, she was a big old girl. She was. I think the last time she was weighed, it was something like 39 stone. You know, she was a bit of a beast. Just make sure that's nobody's truck. Nah, I don't look like it. I'm sure you have, Venom. I mean, we've all had our fair share, haven't we? You know, that's the one thing I like about these trucks is you ain't got to fill them up with water, and they're less prone to being, you know, broken if you crash into anything. You know, they're pretty sturdy. Flashbacks, is it, Venom? You know, usually instead of building bases, I tend to just have a mobile base. You know, with these trucks, you can fill them up with so much stuff. But obviously, you run into the issue of somebody taking everything, and you know, it's not a good place to be. But yeah, Venom, you'll have to let me know how you find the forest. A fair few years ago when I played that, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure I still got all my old saves and everything. I'll have to have a look. Nice. I mean, the one thing that I noticed, well, it's made by the same people that made Stranded Deep. So if you play both of those with, like, you know, the airplane crashing at the beginning and stuff like that, it's very similar. Yeah, I don't think the map actually tells you where you currently are. What you got to do is go round and find like the cave systems and stuff, and you can kind of get a rough idea of where you are there, you know. But I agree, it does take a little bit of getting used to. It's like Green Hell, you know, that game, there's so many things that can go wrong. I don't know whether you watched my last stream, but it was very, very close. I was hanging on for life, really, at the tiniest bit of health, and I managed to recover just in time. Saw a little military tent, so I'm just going to go over there and have a quick look, see if there's anything inside it that's worth taking. There's a smoke grenade. Definitely not useful in my situation anyway. Right, let's get back in the truck and press on. I'm literally just looking for a suitable place to set up shop, really. So, The aim of the game, really, Venom, is just to try and survive. You know, like the official servers. I'd say it's almost a little bit like Rust, I guess. You know, it's you got to watch out for yourself, watch your back. You know, you got to. You know, it's more so, like I said, just trying to survive. Now, the community servers, they have an abundance of food and stuff like that, so it's a bit of a false representation of what the game's really about. But you know, you go around, you loot up, you gear up, you know, you get your weapons, ammo, food, medication. You can even build a base if you wanted to go that far. The list really goes on, really. It just really depends on what you want to do. The community servers, they do offer, you know, like PvP things and, you know, the special events and all that kind of stuff. But more so, it's more like a looter and shooter, really. Just try and survive for as long as you can. I will show the official side of this game in later streams, because vehicles aren't easy to come by. You know, you've got to find the parts for them. Just building up your base and going from there, really. See how long you can survive for. And obviously you run into the threat of other players and them raiding your bases and shooting you when you're at water wells and things like that. It's a very harsh place on official. Like I said, it's not for everyone. The game is quite old now. You know, there's definitely a lot of bugs that reside. Driving's still a bit of an issue. Trucks aren't too bad, but the vehicles, they're a bit of a mess. Apocalyptic setting and all that, you know. Obviously DayZ, the Z is the zombie bit. So not only have you got to fend yourself off against other players that are trying to survive, but you've also got to try and fend yourself off from the zombies at the same time. So whoa, like that, for example. As you can see, and when DayZ turns into flight sim. Now I'm underwater. Whoa. Well, this is new. Yeah, and then back up I go. Oof. Yeah, I play No Man's Sky. You know, I was originally going to try and start something up, but for content purposes, I wasn't really too sure what to do. You know, I haven't played the multiplayer side of it yet, so maybe that's something that I look into, but I mean, other than that, I haven't really really dabbled in anything else. I was doing the main storyline. Yeah, that's pretty much as far as I got, really. What's with all the barrels? Well, they got nothing in them. A good little tip as well is if you ever got like a barrel at your base, you know, just keep the lid off, and when it rains, it collects drinking water, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's loads of things that you can do with this. Just depends on how far you really want to go. Right, what has this truck actually got? Okay, so it does come with a lot of building supplies, so I definitely can build something. You know, that's the good thing about these community servers, is that they can choose what the trucks are filled with, what the cars have in them. But in official, you wouldn't have any of that. Got a coastline as well. You do find little boats like that. You know, they sometimes have got bits and pieces on them. Yeah, 400 hours is a solid number. I mean, like I said, I've not really put an awful lot of time into it. I wouldn't mind jumping back in, but you know, I think the multiplayer element of it is something that I really want to try and focus on. You know, just building a base as part of a community, you know, rather than struggling. But maybe it's something that I look into. There's a few games I want to try out for multiplayer, so just depends if I get the people to play it, you know. That's all it comes down to, really. Yeah, I was looking at all the nanites and all that sort of stuff. I did notice that there was a few glitches here and there, a few exploits that you could do, but I don't know. I guess I want to try and do it as legitimately as possible. I don't know. Depends on how much fun you have, I guess. That's all it boils down to for me. Yeah, see, now that's an underwater base would be pretty decent. I mean, yeah, you ever play anything like Subnautica, you know, it's definitely gives me that vibe. I mean, it'd be definitely interesting to see how it all works in the terms of multiplayer. Whether there's a way, obviously you can join other people's games, so I'm guessing it's just on that basis. Well, definitely have to give it a look, Venom. It does sound cool. You imagine having to run all that way on this road. I've done it before. You know, sometimes the spawns on this game are pretty unforgiving. You know, spawn you in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. There's no visible buildings in the distance, and you kind of have to just kind of gamble. You know, pick a direction. Yeah, the lag in this game for built-up areas is absolutely horrendous. Try and find a nice little building to set up shop. Oh. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Oh, well, that couldn't have been any better, really, to be honest. Got some metal sheets in here, too. I'll take it all out. Right, let's see if they've got a fence kit in here. I think that's a fence kit right there. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Probably could. We probably could. Yeah, I never really understood why you could never repair the shovels. You know, the pickaxes are definitely the way to go because you can repair them over time. So definitely a lot nicer to use. I tend to just save the shovels for planting crops and stuff like that. Right, let's get some planks. And we'll get some nails too. I think I've already got a hatchet with me, so... Right, get some more planks. Yeah, no worries, Venom. I'll catch you later, mate. Have a good one. Nice. Right, now I need to... I think I picked up the old... not too sure. Right, now I need to make sure that I've got everything on me so I can get out. So why I can't take any of this stuff? I think what I'm going to do actually, real quickly, before I do any of this, I'm just going to empty the majority of my stuff that I've got into these barrels, just so I can, just so I can put some extra bits and pieces. This is by far the most tedious aspect of this game. It's the inventory, the clunkiness. You know, there's no real like fill all option. You've really got to just sit here and place everything inside the barrels individually. It sometimes as well it does get stuck, you know, and you've got to try and, you know, log in, log out, trying to get it all back working, and it's just, it can be a real mess sometimes, a real mess. Right, that should do me for a minute. So I'm going to need some... Oh dear. That's what I mean, sometimes this little inventory menu can be a bit of a pain in the ass to navigate. Right, pliers. Gonna need a shovel too. Gonna need some more planks at least. Right, where did that fence kit go? I don't remember putting it back in the truck. Unless it's clipped through the floor, which is another common issue. Unless it's done what I think it's done. Yep, that bloody cooking pot. Right, now this is going to be the trickier part, because I need to make sure that there's enough space so I can access the code lock. There's another thing to really pay attention to. So I'll have a look real quickly. I should be able to access it from there anyway. We shall see. If I can't, I can't, you know. I'll just have to dig myself out. Not a good time for the game to bug out on me. Oh dear. Right. Right, okay. Let's get the planks set. I'm not particularly worried about, you know, anybody coming in and wait, have I got enough? Yes, I do. Whew. Build the upper frame. Oh, it's done exactly what I didn't want it to do. Damn. Okay, so let's see a minute. Because I might just have to turn that one into a gate. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. No, I don't want to dismantle it. I want to build it. I'll just see what else is available. There's a couple of bits and pieces available, but there's not a great deal. But it's definitely nicer having things to start off with rather than trying to run around and, you know, grab whatever you can. Hopefully that doesn't attract too much attention. Right, now I've got... Ugh, forever bugging out. Right, I think that's going to do me for a little minute. I go round to the back. Come on, barrels, play fair. Well, it's not good that... Oh, there we go. I'm just going to leave this one out here for a little bit of water collection when it rains. And I will take the truck battery out. Put it in the barrel. It's a very good thing to do, especially if you don't want people stealing your vehicles. Just take spark plug out or something, or wheels if that's something that you wanted. Right, and that's everything, I believe. Nice little base, just something small, just to start me out with. Nothing too fancy, but it'll definitely provide what I need anyway. But yeah, guys, I think that's the end of today's stream. Thank you very, very much for joining. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy this sort of content, please like and subscribe. But yeah, guys, until next time, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.